welcome back to Forza Horizon 5, and today we are going to be jumping into the Hot Wheels expansion for the very first time. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Now, when you first leave your house to head to the Hot Wheels expansion, or at least the jump point to the Hot Wheels expansion, a lot of things were going through my head. And I think one of the biggest things that was going through my head was, honestly, the excitement of being back in the Hot Wheels space in a Forza game since Horizon 3 Hot Wheels. And seeing that locator on the horizon as I was driving towards it just made me literally more and more excited the closer I got. Now, right here when I was about to get there and I saw the logo on the map, I was like, dude, this is about to be one of the most exciting moments I have ever had in Forza Horizon 5. No question about it. Extreme driving ahead. Are we ready for the Hot Wheels expansion? And you better believe that I said yes immediately. Now, as you approach, you realize that not only are you about to go to another dimension within the game, but seeing that orange track just rocketing off into the sky right off of the ground here in the original Horizon 5 map is so surreal. And literally right there, when I saw the Diora 2 for the first time on screen, now granted, the other two cars were really exciting to see as well, but when I saw the Diora 2 on screen for the very first time, my heart literally dropped. That car has been my favorite Hot Wheels car ever since way back when I saw Highway 35 World Race for the first time. And the beauty of this is that if you look at the surfboards on the back of the Diora 2, it actually has the Highway 35 logo on them, which is just mind-blowing. And not only is it mind-blowing, but it's such an incredible nod to the Hot Wheels fans of literally this generation. So it's absolutely incredible to see all of these cars out here, but not only being here, but being represented in this way in Horizon 5. And as you go up through the clouds, up into the sky, you eventually make your way into the canyons in the Horizon 5 Hot Wheels map, and it leads you directly into your first drive.
Welcome to Hot Wheels Park! This is Giant Canyon! Rami, take it away!
They upgraded my pilot's license! Pretty good, no?
Now, one of the first things you notice literally right off the bat is how much grip this orange track actually has. You can definitely tell that they have gone in and really refined the physics and the dynamics of what driving on this track feels like. It definitely feels different than driving on the tracks in Horizon 3 Hot Wheels. You may have also noticed when the camera faded, or I should say when the footage faded back there, that I disabled the little roll indicator in the middle of the screen. I like it. I think the fact that it's there and it can actually measure your roll is really cool, but for my personal preference, I did turn it off. Now, I think as you drive through here for the very first time, one of the biggest things that I notice is the amount of different environments that you drive through in such a short amount of time, while also the map being so big, especially for what it is, you know? Because there are all sorts of areas off of the orange track that you can drive on as well. There are snowy areas that you can drive on. There are sandy areas that you can drive on. There are, like, you know, wooded areas that you can drive on and drive through. This, the magnetic track, also provides so many different opportunities for the track to twist and turn in ways that it normally wouldn't be able to. And also, the fact that he's literally flying upside down right on top of you, it's freaking wild. It's absolutely gnarly. Now, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys would like to see in relation to the Hot Wheels expansion, and if there are any cars you specifically would like to see either gameplay of, customization of, or information on how to unlock them, because I will absolutely be down there in the comment section talking with you guys, and I am open to all of y'all's suggestions. Now, moving on ahead, what I really also like about driving around on this map is that unlike in the Horizon 3 Hot Wheels map, there are really no boosters that are right before sharp turns. All of the boosters that you see here are either before long straightaways, wide sweeping turns, or large jumps. And I think that that's exactly where they need to be. And I also don't think that I don't really think that we need a ton of them. We just need those specific boosters right where they are. And I think they did an incredible job placing them throughout the map. Now, with that being said, I haven't fully explored the entire map yet, but I'm getting pretty dang close because I have been spending so much time just absolutely, like, I've been spending so much time just driving around because that's how fun this Hot Wheels map is. You can literally spend so much time just driving around, and I think that is one of the biggest marks of an incredible map, and just incredible map and road design in general, is the ability to just continue to drive around and drive around and drive around, and just continue to want more of it. Now, would I suggest picking up the Hot Wheels expansion for Horizon 5? Personally, I absolutely would, but I'm also a long time fan of Hot Wheels in general. I'm a big fan of Hot Wheels just in terms of collecting them. I was a huge fan of the Highway 35 series. I was a huge fan of the Acceleracers series, and I think, you know, when you're that deep into just kind of the world of Hot Wheels and just really deep into appreciating what it is, I always get excited when I see either Hot Wheels represented in other video games or just Hot Wheels in video games in general. Now, if Hot Wheels really isn't your thing, then I would still take a look at it. I would really encourage you to take a look at it and seriously consider it because it's really fun. Even if Hot Wheels, again, even if Hot Wheels isn't your thing, I think there's still so much fun to be had here, and not only for the driving, but for the visual aspects of what it allows the developers to do with this game. Because, you know, Hot Wheels environments allow them to push the game's visuals to levels that they may not have been able to push them to before, and also to represent scenarios that you wouldn't have necessarily been able to see on screen before either. And with that, that is where we arrive at the main hub for Horizon 5 Hot Wheels. Now, at this point, most of you have probably seen what the map looks like, but seeing it in-game for the first time really does feel a lot more personal. It feels a lot more, like, impactful seeing the map in-game for the first time, because when you see the map in-game, you're like, wait a minute, I'm not just looking at the map. I'm not just looking at an image of the map. I am looking at a map where I can now drive to every single one of those freaking areas, and that, there are very few things that can compare to that feeling. But above all, I think what excites me about Horizon 5 Hot Wheels the most is all of the new abilities that we have to experience the game with friends. And not only to experience the game with friends, but to recreate our favorite Hot Wheels moments in the game. Whether that be races from Highway 35, or races from Acceleracers, or just having Hot Wheels themed car meets, or just, you know, comparing your highest jump score to your friend's highest jump score. Even if it's something as simple as that, man, it really does bring all of those feelings from Horizon 3 Hot Wheels forward into Horizon 5, and then it amps them up times 10. The map is already amped up times 10. The cars are already amped up times, like, oh my god, times way more than that. And I, again, cannot get over my favorite car in the entire expansion is the Diora 2, and I will have driving footage as well as some other very interesting footage coming soon right here on the channel with the Diora 2, so make sure you stay tuned for that, because again, that is, and not to take anything away from any other cars in the expansion, but that car has always been, I've always had a dream to drive that car in a Forza game, or really in any game for that matter, and the fact that it is here in Horizon 5 Hot Wheels is just, I can't stop going on about it. I genuinely cannot stop going on about it, because it is my favorite Hot Wheels car of all time. Now, one other thing, though, that I do have to put out there is after you get out of that first car and you get into this, the Baja Bone Shaker, the Baja Bone Shaker is really cool, but man, it feels quite a bit slower than the car that you start off in, and I mean, I kind of expected that, but it was one of those where I had to adjust my brain, like, literally a few turns in, because now I'm in something that rolls about as much as a trophy truck and has, you know, way less top end than the car that I was in before. Once you've qualified for B-Class races, that unlocks a bunch of new events for you around the map. Now, of course, you can use whatever cars you want for these events, provided, of course, that they fit into the car class that they are designated for, but you do not necessarily have to use the Hot Wheels cars if you don't want to. You can still use your entire car library out here on the Horizon 5 Hot Wheels map. Now, we have a lot more to cover, and when I say we have a lot more to cover, we have a ton more to cover really really soon, so make sure that you stay tuned right here on the channel, and if you're not already, please do hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on, and I will see you guys in the upcoming videos centered around all sorts of aspects of the Hot Wheels DLC, including the new cars and much more. Before the video wraps up, though, I wanted to show you guys this race in one of the original Hot Wheels cars. Now, this Camaro has special wheels, special tires, it's supercharged, and it's got a very, very unique, almost metal flake, deep purple paint job. Now, really have to look at it in terms of where the light hits the car, but when the light changes in the way that it's actually hitting the paint, you can see a lot more detail in that paint than you might think. Now, this is going to introduce you to the Horizon stories in Hot Wheels, and actually, they're really interesting, and a lot of the history that they dive into in relation to Hot Wheels is really cool if that's something that you're interested in and something that you're into. Now, as you play through it, though, the conversations back and forth between your character and Haley is actually, like, I really think they did a good job with it. Like, the actual element of conversation between the characters is so cool, and it's definitely, like, it's a feel and a vibe that wasn't necessarily there in Horizon 3 Hot Wheels. Like, it was there, but it's definitely been turned up here, and I think that that adds to the, I hesitate to say immersion, because I feel like, you know, I feel like some of the people that are really specific about keeping things super realistic are gonna be like, what do you mean immersion? There's no immersion to driving along on a orange Hot Wheels track. And like, you know, while that might be true for some people, I still think that it has that ability to draw you in and immerse you in the experience. It doesn't necessarily have to be realistic to be immersive and to draw you into the enjoyment of that experience. So I really like what they've done in terms of keeping those conversations going between the characters, and it feels as though the characters are actually having that conversation. It doesn't necessarily feel like there's so much talking that it feels constant, but I do like the fact that the talking back and forth is there, and it kind of makes it feel pretty natural. And with that, I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the last part of this race at full volume.
Research. I memorized this stuff when I was 6 years old. One reason why Hot Wheels are so eye-catching is because of a special paint called Spectra Flame. They use a transparent lacquer applied over a polished zinc plating, which gave it a totally awesome metallic effect. Just like a real car, since then Hot Wheels has broadened and developed its paint techniques to support a variety of looks and effects. Fascinating stuff, right? Another detail was the red stripe on the tyres, like the one you're driving now. They called them red line tyres, and they look so cool! Red line tyres are a defining characteristic of this era and are really sought after by collectors. Nice drive. Here, take the Nash Custom 1957, winner of the Legends Tour 2019.
Thanks, Hayley. Let's do this again soon.